Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wrestling Takes, and last night on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman came out to the ring and announced that Roman Reigns would be the cover star for WWE 2K25. And in the past 24 hours since Monday Night Raw, there has been an absolute flood of rumours and leaks and announcements from 2K, and it's been absolutely crazy. I've got a list here on my left of everything that's been announced, but as of time of recording, it is 9 p.m. UK time on the 28th of January. There has probably been a lot more announced since recording, so apologies if there's anything I've missed. Let me know in the comments if there is anything. But I've got a whole list here, and I'm going to give my thoughts on everything that's been announced because I'll tell you what, guys, I'm very excited about this. As a guy that loves Universe Mode, I'm very happy about some of the things that have been announced. I really am, I must tell you. And the main one is that promos are returning to WWE 2K25. There is a caveat to this, though. Unfortunately, from the screenshot they gave us, they do look very limited. But obviously, we haven't seen promos in the game since 2K19, so it's going to be an absolute pleasure to be able to use them again to help build up our feuds in 2K. And as someone that runs an eFed myself, it's going to be so helpful to build feuds rather than having to rely on rivalry actions all the time. Really helpful right there. Chain wrestling's coming back. I never actually got to experience chain wrestling. I never played like 2K16, 17, so I'm not honestly too sure what that is. We've got an NXT Underground match type. Again, not really sure what that will entail. We've also got a Bloodline Rules match type. And I'm not sure if this is official, but you're going to be able to do 6 rivalry actions within that match. So just imagine that. You got a big title match in the main event of your pay-per-view, and you can have 3 people running in for one guy and 3 people running in for the other guy. You can have something happen pre-match, post-match. That is going to be so good because right now you're limited to 1 per match. So you can have someone attack someone or someone come and trash talk from the stage. I can't get my words out. But here you're going to be able to have 6. It's going to be shades of WrestleMania 40 main event when it was Cody versus Roman Reigns. You had Solo, Jay, Jimmy, The Rock, Cena, Undertaker, absolute chaos. And you're going to be able to recreate that on 2K25, which is going to be really good. We've got intergender matches returning. I'm surprised about this. Obviously, in 2025, it's the peak time for kind of like safety and especially like female safety, and rightly so. So intergender matches making a return is a big shock to me. It really is. So you're going to be able to have like Kane choke slamming Lita all the way to hell back, like the good old days, as Jim Ross would say, back in the Ruthless Aggression era. But no, it is fun. It is going to be unique to be able to kind of create some dream matches that we might never get to see in real life. Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio, I believe, is a one that a lot of people will be trying out on the game. What else do we have here? We've got online MyGM mode. That is very interesting, and potentially even a Royal Rumble being added to My General Manager mode. I'm not sure whether it's going to be cross-platform, but the fact that it's online is definitely a big win. I mean, for someone like me that plays on PC, perhaps not, because there might not be a lot of people to search for and play against. Plus, we all know how bad the servers are. If there's one thing we all want for 2K25, it's to be able to play online full stop. Because right now, the servers are so bad that you can hardly even find a game. And if you do, you often lag out anyway. So that needs improving. It really does. Don't worry, guys. It's not all positive. You guys know how negative I like to be sometimes, how critical. So don't worry. There is some critical things coming. But for now, let's flow with the positives, eh? We have got a Bloodline Showcase mode, which is going to include a lot of Roman Reigns matches. So kind of positive and negative here. The Bloodline, I've got no problem with being in the showcase, but me personally, I'm not really that bothered about showcase mode. I mean, let me know in the comments. Do you even like showcase mode? Does anyone like showcase mode? Because I'm not a big fan. I thought the 40 years of WrestleMania one was really a letdown, in all honesty. Hopefully this one's a little bit better, but I just think it's really boring and limited to what you can do with it. So, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that one. But this is a pretty big one here. We've got the Island, which is similar to NBA 2K My City, which I've never played NBA 2K. So, potentially let me know in the comments if you do play that. So it's where your player can go into the city and have a lot of activities to do, along with the ability to play and see other people's characters roaming the streets. That's kind of like GTA, I believe. But the concern with this is that they're probably going to try and implement microtransactions into the My City mode, which we know what they're like with My Faction, and if they do that, then there's going to be a hell of a lot of backlash, I can imagine. And I'm not even sure whether this is official or not, but apparently it's only going to be available on PS5 and Xbox Series X, which again, as a PC guy, that would be really disappointing. So hopefully that's not true. But yeah, apparently NBA 2K is my city. I'm hearing it's very similar to what we think the island's gonna be. In you've got to pay for everything, any activity you want to do or whatever it is you're doing in this mode where you're free roam. You've got to pay. Everything's locked behind a paywall, and if that's the case, I do not foresee the mode being very popular whatsoever. But we've got a new My Rise story, which is no surprise. We get those every year. And this one is going to feature superstars such as Bayley and Kevin Owens trying to infiltrate NXT, which will be very interesting because Kevin Owens' character recently has been very entertaining. And it's also going to feature brawl environments, which hopefully can be used in the mods outside of My Rise 2. There's a new ally storyline with Jey Uso, Bianca Belair, and Seth Rollins, and more. Again, sounds interesting, but I think My Rise in 2K23 and 24 was a bit of a letdown as well. I thought 2K22 was really good, where you had Mandy Rose, Adam Pearce, and William Regal, where you could go and swap brands whenever you want. You could be a heel or a face whenever you want. You had the Performance Center storyline. I really enjoyed that one. But the previous 2 years, I've not been a fan. I didn't even play the end of this one. I couldn't be bothered. I thought it was quite shit, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going in with high hopes for this one on 2K25. It's the largest roster ever. Over 300 people on the roster. That is great news. Hopefully the creator wrestler limit's been upped because, as someone who runs an E-Federation, the chew on of having to go through and delete people and get people to run out of storage and stuff, it's very tedious, so hopefully they've solved that. And what else do we have here? There's going to be the up-to-date SmackDown arena, which is pretty cool as well. And if you get the Bloodline or Deadman editions, you get bonus including playing early. And in the Deadman edition, you get my faction stuff and a usable urn weapon. You know, the urn that Undertaker used to use. I think CM Punk used it as well at WrestleMania 29 in his match against the Undertaker in the co-main event. But yeah, no one cares about the my faction stuff. You get extra with the Deadman stuff. But getting to play early and also unlocking everything instantly without having to play a showcase is certainly a bonus. But here's where the negatives kind of kick in. And the main negative that I can see here is the price of the game. So I'm going to tell you the price in pounds, my local currency here in the UK. But the base game, the standard edition, £65. Okay, fair enough. It's steep, but we can deal with it. We can deal with it. The Deadman edition, £90. Very, very expensive. But if that was the big one, the Ultimate Edition, I can deal with it. I can. But my God, they've got a Bloodline edition. The cover looks really good on this one as well. And it's £120. What on earth? Who on earth is paying £120 for an Xbox game that gets released every single year and there's typically minor changes to it? Well, the answer to that question is a guy like me. But that's only because I'm a content creator and I stream the game daily. My honest advice, and 2K won't like this, I'm never getting a 2K endorsement, and honestly, I'm not sacrificing my honesty and credibility for a partnership. I'm really not. I'm never going to be that guy that tries to just soullessly sell you something. My honest advice is do not buy the Bloodline Edition. In my opinion, £120 no matter what you get, that is just not worth it. Most people will be able to get away with a base game for half the price, pretty much, £65. Settle for that one and go with it. Unless you really, really want this one, if there's something that you get as an extra that you're like, yeah, I have to have that, which I do understand. But yeah, it's horrible the way they try and force people into spending tons and tons of money. £120 in the current economic conditions here in the UK in particular, and I'm guessing elsewhere in the world, it's not on. It really isn't. I think it's disgusting. 2K, do better. You know, your target market is as a video game company as one, and also as WWE and sports entertainment in particular, is children, if we're being honest here. You know, it goes, you know, as young as, I know the game's probably a 12 or 15, but there'll be 5, 6, 7-year-olds like me back in the day who were playing this game. And their parents are going to have to go out and pay £120 for a game that will re-release next March anyway. It is, I don't know, I could be here all day and go out on 2K for this, but I really do not think that's on at all. I don't like it whatsoever. But yeah, we've got a little bit more data here that's actually just come out from 2K at the time of recording. So I do apologise, like I said, I'll have missed a lot, but at the time of recording, this is all there was. But we've got some more details regarding the match types and gameplay changes. So I'm just going to read this here. This is a quote from 2K, and it says, "There's a reasonable expectation that each new WWE 2K game will bring something fresh to matches, be it new types or ways to experience them. This year's game offers a bit of both. So last year we had ambulance, special guest referee, and casket. For me, special guest referee was the main one. For new match types, you'll find the unique underground matches make their debut. They remove ropes from the ring and tend to play out more like an MMA style. Well, might be entertaining. Bloodline rules matches will also debut, and the team figured out a way to differentiate this from many other iterations built on a no disqualification framework. They'll allow up to 6 run-ins per match. That would be really good, 3 per side. They can be performed like a finisher by filling a meter and then spending the earned credit like you're popping an ult in MOBA, whatever that means. And what is pro wrestling if not a massive battle arena of its own? Effectively, a bloodline rules match will start 1-on-1 and end 4-on-4, cleverly combining different aspects of war games and hardcore matches. Hopefully they don't overcomplicate this, they really don't need to. But it sounds good, the bloodline rules stuff, it really does. But yeah, for me, who's primarily a universe mode guy, the things to kind of summarise here, I'm really excited about promos returning and the improvements to rival reactions. We do have a few hints at some new cutscenes too, so hopefully we've got a load of those, because another major thing for me that has to be in the game that they have not announced yet officially, being able to use rival reactions on pay-per-views in universe mode, that has to be a thing. That is a vital necessity for 2K25. Any devs listening, add it in last minute if possible, because it needs to be there. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we've got at this moment in time with regards to announcements for 2K25. I'm going to shoot this off to my editor and hopefully get it up ASAP for you guys. Like I say, by the time you're watching this, there'll be more out. I know there will, and I've missed stuff, but anything that I've missed, fill me in the comments, please, because it's been my moderators that have kindly filled me in with regards to everything I've covered in this video, because I don't know where they find these leaks, but it's pretty cool. And it's probably just Instagram or Twitter or something, but I'm not on X, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, it's been a pleasure running you guys through all these different features. If you do want to join a 2K25 eFed, or even one right now on 2K24, I do stream daily over on Twitch. It's wrestling_takes_. There is a link on my profile. I'm live most nights, 7:30 PM UK time. And yeah, it's really fun. Go and get yourself in the eFed. It really is a great time over there on the Twitch. Great community. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you have, then I'm afraid I've got some bad news. This video is about to end. See ya.